Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, we're going to doing a bit of a more advanced player's guide for Lord of the Rings here. Basically, I'm going to be showing you things that are a bit more harder and things to do, what you should be doing after the beginning phase of the game, what yourself and the Fellowship should be doing to help you guys grow super strong and hopefully become the dominant Fellowship and faction on Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Alright, you ready to get into it? Alright, so one of my first tips, of course, is going to be, obviously you guys know how to go for big tiles. So, you want, by now, a lot of you guys want to be going for 260s, 300s, but people, what they do, they usually just race in. I'm super strong, so I'll be able to do this, but my first tip in this advanced guide is you can always just send a scout in, guys, because there are some matchups that are very strong, guys, on these tiles. Like, I'm just going to send in, but like, there's some matchups that are very strong. There's some really big healers, and you're not, like, 2 or 3 people ain't going to be enough to beat this tile, no matter how strong you are, because their healing abilities are crazy. So, yeah, my first tip would 100% would be to definitely, without a doubt, to send a scout at these 260s and 300s. Honestly, sometimes some of these 260s are harder than 300s. And then, once you've done that, you can change your army to counter whatever they got. So, let's just say here, let's attack first. I'm just going to send in some of my armies here. Hopefully we'll be strong enough to beat it with these 3 guys. Got these 2, and then we've got Gandalf the White in the background, just in case. But yeah, so basically when you scout, you'll be able to see what is defending, as long as you have a scout with your army ready to go. I just took that spring not long ago. And so if you see and there's like tons of trolls, you want to be using things like your master axe throwers, your bow knights, for example, and also maybe have a bit of a shield there with your T4 troops. We got Swan Knights, for example. Obviously I'm using good factions as an example, because is that what I am playing? I'm playing as Gondor. But yeah, basically that's the first tip. Match up your armies. You can always just scout first, guys, and match up. So, our Turks, for example, I'll give you an idea. We might be versing Fallen. Now, these guys are strong. Very strong. This is the one we didn't want to be versing. Is it? Okay, no, this one's not too bad. Okay, but you can see here, with these guys, Fallen is just OP no matter what. They're very strong. But yeah, versing these guys, Guardmen will be good, because they counter and are good against mounted and stuff like that. Obviously we've got the bow knots for the trolls. My King Aragorn wasn't a full army, so don't pay too much. But yeah, I always run bow knights in my armies, because you're always going to come up against some trolls. So yeah, hopefully we can knock this guy off in a minute and see what the second wave is. So yeah, we had a pretty good setup. Obviously not the Dunedain. If we scouted it, we would have definitely had guardmen here, the guards, and we just leveled up to 48 as well, which is beautiful. So if we had the guards on there, we would have done a lot more damage. But the Fallen is super strong, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Some of these 260s are unbelievably strong. Like, so that is my first tip, guys. So I'm going to finish this battle here. You can see we're taking on someone. Gandalf the White may die because he's not super strong. He should probably draw at least, just because he's only level 30 something. I think we knocked off the first round. Yeah, see, look, Gandalf got wiped. Yeah, I only had him there as a backup, basically. But yeah, so you can see Gandalf there. So we had victory. So he actually finished off. So this is what the next one. Oh, so the next one we got is Lurt's, guys. So Lurt's, basically, he uses a lot of the Isengard's troops. So you want to be using people like Aragorn against him. Extremely good. So like my King Aragorn will wipe the floor with him. So after this draw, King Aragorn will completely wipe the floor with Lurt's, guys. So yeah, just scout, see who's the commanders, see who what troops they got, and then once you're done the scout, you can adjust your armies and go from there. Easy done. So yeah, that is my first tip. I hope to help you out, and let's get into the next tip. Rightio, guys. So my second tip is going to be obtaining special units. So there's special units throughout the entire map. I'll just give you a brief idea of some of where they are. Like, for example, you got your Oathbreakers, down in the Paths of the Deads in Gondor. For evil, fell beasts, you can get anywhere in Dragorland, in Ithilien, and down in Harad and Harandor and that, you can get Mumakil. You can also get the Barrow-wights up in Angmar. And I don't know if they go over to Gundabad, maybe, but over in these two areas mostly. Then you got your eagles up in Gladden Fields and stuff like that. And down lower here, for example, I can show you my eagle nest. You have your eagles. And what other special units is there? You've got your Ents, which are in Celebrant Fields and Fenghorn. I can show you my Ents here, right here, guys. Boom. So yeah, basically, you want to be obtaining these, pathing to these as a team with some people. It depends who you are, where you are with your map. You may need to make some deals and get passage through lands to obtain these. But these special units are absolutely amazing, and it would change your life. Like, trust me. I'm gonna go in here and just show you what I mean. Like, I got eagles going at the moment, so they should be done soon. So we go into our barracks here. Your special units, as you can see, their damage, their HP, their defense, and everything is amazing. They cost a lot. They obviously cost gold to conscript, and some of them cost a lot of resources. And you only can hire one at a time now. And then they've also got a march time back. And Ents are very slow, so they can take you hours sometimes to get back. But yeah, Eagles, Ents, your Beorings, which I didn't show you. I'll show you where those on the map. And your Oathbreakers. So yeah, these special units will help you out an absolute ton. I'll give you an idea of who you should use on some of your heroes and that in a second, or your commanders. Beorings, guys, you're mostly going to find these in Southern Andunen and up in Central Mirkwood. All throughout here, you'll find the bear camps. Super easy to get, guys. The same with the eagles and that. Don't be scared of the eagle nest and stuff because it's level 50. If you got a couple of, about 3 or 4 level 40 comms, you'll 100% be able to get it. And don't forget, there will be 500,000 siege on the Ents. The bears, I can't know if they have siege here, 200,000. Some of them do. The Mumakil have 500,000, so make sure you remember that as well, guys. So yeah, the special units will make a huge difference. I'll give you an idea of some special units to who to use with. So if we go into our army here, a lot of our guys are away at the moment, but Radagast, for example, a lot of you guys won't have him unlocked. So let's just use someone. Let's just pretend this is normal Gandalf, because my Gandalf's out battling at the moment. Obviously, with Gandalf being a focused commander and having the avoidance technique, you guys can use Oathbreakers, and it will be very good. Not only will you have their avoidance to dodge damage, but you'll also be doing damage with the focus damage. So yeah, that's a really good setup there, guys. I'll show you what I mean. We'll just have a brief look at the commander's skills and that. Just take note of some of their skills, and you can work out what troops work best with them. For example, as you can see, this is all focus damage. Gandalf's a focus commander, and he has avoidance, so a special unit like the Oathbreakers will work perfectly on him. Then with the things like the Beorings, the Ents and that, they have very high HP, which I showed you before, in defense. You want to be using them on like a healer. So either Gandalf, for example, Merry and Pippin is another very good healer, or Dwalin's also got a little bit of decent. Obviously Arwen and stuff like that, if you've got them unlocked. I'll use my King Aragon here, for example. As you can see, he has very, very good healing stats here. I can show you one of his reports in a minute and show you how much healing he does. It's actually crazy. But we're just using him as an example. You can use anyone, pretty much, that has healing techniques. And the reason you want to be using it with a healer, you got more HP, which in theory, you will be able to heal more health. And the more HP you have, the harder you are to beat, guys. So yeah, I'd recommend like using things like bears and Ents and that with people like Radagast, Merry and Pippin, Dwalin and stuff, who have decent defense and healing abilities, guys. So that's what I recommend there. So yeah, that's basically just a quick little rundown. Obviously with the eagles and that, you can use those to be super fast and just use eagles to move really fast across the map and that. It's really good for moving your forts and everything super fast. Yeah, so hopefully that little breakdown of special units will help you guys out a lot. Alright, and now we're going to go straight into the next tip, which is obviously just matching armies, guys, in PvP. So if you verse someone in a PvP, let's go over to Isengard's border here, where we're at the moment, where big stuff's about to go down soon. Now, if you're fighting, example, elves, for example, compared to, let's say, Mordor or whatever. If we actually go into my reports here, you can see, like, for example, if I was versing Lotr, he's an evil commander. He does a lot of things like poison damage and all this kind of stuff. He's more of a physical attacker. I'd want to be using the same sort of troops that I'm using pretty much now. But if I'm versing people like the elves, which I don't know if I can scroll back that far. Wait, can I change this to player v player? Yeah, we might be able to get there quicker. You go to player v player and stuff like that. You want to be using Dunedain against the elves, for example, because they're very good against range. So you will see like the Elvins using a lot of those. The Dwarves are more of the defensive, so you're going to want higher attacking troops like your Bow Knights, your Bears, and your Cataracts or your Cavaliers. So yeah, just have a look and see what they got. Like, even if you just take a bump, you can learn from your mistakes very quickly. So yeah, another quick tip there, guys, is just matching your troops to theirs. Or remember as well, if they're there, you can always just send a quick little scout, like I said before. Super easy. Alright, my next tip is just a really simple, easy one, guys. It's map awareness and control. You guys want to be honestly trying to make a strong presence in the world. You guys want to be planning and making diplomatic decisions with your leaders. Making diplomacies, like, for example, we're holding a diplomacy at these borders at the moment while we focus on other things like taking the elves. As you can see, we did a huge invasion the other day and overtook the ring. It was absolutely insane. So we've got the ring on lockdown at the moment, stuff like that, as you can see, guys. So yeah, diplomacy, make diplomacy. It's like, for example, these guys here, Rohan, they let us path down through the Undeeps, which they owned, down to get Ents, which was really good. Eagles, we had to smash our way through and bash up the elves and got our way over to the Gladden Fields. And the same with the Bears. So yeah, sometimes you need to fight for territory. You're going to have enemies and you can make good friends. We've got diplomacies at the moment with a bunch of people. I can't really say because people watch my video, so I can't give away too information. But yeah, basically, yeah, work with your leaders. Yeah, talk with them. Put suggestions in, even if you're not a leader yourself. Have a Discord server and work together, because diplomacy is sometimes more important than actual battles and fights. But yeah, so definitely. And then another big tip while we're on that, make groups, guys. You guys can make group chats by clicking on here, making a group chat, then inviting people via the group number. And in those groups, you can coordinate like when you're going to attack a keep. Or as you can see, I've got here like about diplomacies and stuff like that. And allies, and we work together. And then yeah, like instead of just being one faction by yourself, you can team up with others and do a double attack, and it will make it a lot easier. So yeah, guys, that's just a few advanced extra tricks and tips I hope will help you. There's so much more to the game, but most of it you should have picked up by now. Yeah, so basically, yeah, just keep training up your troops and that. Get those high-level tiles so you can mock train on your 300s and stuff like that. We ended up getting that 260 with no problem, guys, which is absolutely perfect. So yeah, hopefully those tips helped you out, and just keep increasing your power, guys. These effigies and stuff like that, if you see these, they're pretty easy to take down, and they give you a ton of power. So yeah, I hope those advanced tricks will help you guys out, and until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous. Thousands of the EJU.